Good to see you. Oh, yes. Okay, go on. No, I'm going. You can see. No, it's not working. I have to get your finger on the bit. Oh, yeah. Sorry if I know. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry about the mic, but I'll just keep my finger on it. Okay. Good afternoon. Yes. You can hear? That's jolly good. Okay. Right. You've got the minutes of the last meeting. Are you happy with the contents of the minutes, please? Yeah. You're all okay with that? Thanks very much. So we're now going to move on to apologies. Yes, Mark's just reminded me to say, just to tell you that it is being recorded. Okay, thank you. Apologies. Okay, over you.
Chairman, I received apologies from Councillor Delansky, Councillor Barrow, and Councillor Hopkins.
Thank you very much. Any from the floor? Okay, thank you. Looking at the agenda, declarations of interest, please. No? Okay, you're happy with that. Okay. So I'm now going to move on to item 4, which takes me great pleasure in introducing the Cotswold and Bilbrook Cancer Support Group, Angela and Les Graham, which I'm pleased to say I'm a trustee of, and we do good work, so I'll hand over to them. Thank you very much. You use the mic, Angela. Hopefully yours will work.
Actually, that's okay. It's gone.
Right. Is that working?
I would say so.
No, it's not. It's not working. I don't use this, so okay. It's nothing from my. Well, I'll start anyway because I've got a loaded up voice. I used to do it. It's on there. You're on there. Yeah. We're very pleased to be here today because we want to spread the word about this cancer support group that was started in 2018 in September of that year. And we used to operate out of the fire station, Oxford Fire Station. And Les and I took over the group in around 2020, I think. So we've been going for about 4 or 5 years now. I've been chairman of the group since 2020, and not long after we started, of course, COVID hit, so we weren't able to meet quite anymore. But we did get a special dispensation to meet at the Trinity Methodist Church, and that went quite well. So we've been there ever since. We're still there now, and we meet every third Friday of the month between 10 and 12 in the morning, of course. And we welcome people who've got an interest in maybe have someone in the family who's suffering from cancer or having cancer diagnosis or has even got over it and wants to come anyway to help out. So this kind of our place volunteers group with that first members. Our group is a non-profit making organisation, and it's also a member of support Staffordshire. And we're on the Council of Britain, which you may have heard about. It was started by the son of Richard Dimbleby, because I believe that Richard Dimbleby died of cancer as well. I've got quite a few things going on, as well as doing a monthly meeting. I run the Facebook page and update it regularly with news from various cancer charities and the news for the latest cancer treatments, which is of always in interest to people who are probably under medication when they come to us. We have a therapist called Nick Wilkes, who also adds some valuable information about diet and well-being. My husband, Les, is the group treasurer, and he keeps all the accounts. We have to do that because being a non-profit organisation, we have to keep accounts of everything we spend and keep reasons why we spend it. But we do benefit from grants from Staffordshire and from the church this year, very nice grant from them, and that was very pleasing. There's also just possible publicity when required. and to maintain and transport all the equipment that you need for fundraising. Our cancer groups all play their part in helping out when you have fundraisers. They don't just sit there and say, I've got cancer or I'm not feeling very well. They come along and they do their best to join in whichever way is more suitable for them. Our fundraising helps to maintain our group finances, and there's also makes donations on behalf of to various cancer charities throughout the year. Our logo is the tree of life, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So you have cards here, if anyone's interested in taking one at the end of the session. Our mission statement is to provide a warm and friendly environment to meet and chat. We do have a Facebook page, but in the end, it's being face to face with people in a friendly environment that matters most. To provide information about various types of cancer and display helpful publications is something we do every time we meet. We've also got books by cancer surgeons, such as Carol Sifora, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. It's a bit of a manual, but it tells you how to deal with the NHS. In a nice way, don't be ashamed about it. We also provide speakers to help with anxiety and being, because I think everybody is having cancer diagnosis. It's going through it at the moment, or it's probably in the end of their journey. They get times when they just can't cope, their mind's going away. And we do have various things, and really help us with that sort of thing. You contact people in our group regularly, please put us in for everybody. We have a WhatsApp group, which we all join, and so we just got to reach them whenever it's need to. It's twofold really, this organisation, is to make people aware that cancer support groups exist, because we aren't the only one. I mean, we might be around here, but there is one in Stafford, which is called the Butterfly Express Cancer Group, and there is one, or there was one, and Brood. I don't know if that still in existence, but at the beginning of our life, this group, we went to see the ladies in that group. It was also a breast cancer group. As you may know, breast cancer and advanced breast cancer, especially, has been quite a thing just recently. We have an organisation called Breast Cancer Now, which we have a lot to do with. And last year we raised £480 a Macmillan, because they provide so much in the way of good literature and good advice on practically every aspect of cancer. Our Facebook membership is again this year, and now we've got 56+ members on Facebook. We try to keep the website up to date, as I said before. But last year, we were approached by Dr. Patricina Glider from the Sherman Medical Centre to help with the setting up of a kind of communication for cancer patients in the South States. She's a busy keeping who came speeches and told us about how we could approach this rather difficult job she has as a cancer coordinator. Now, I haven't heard from her recently, so I'm not quite sure how up to date that information is. But there's a lady called Stanton who came to our group later on behalf of Patricina, and she told us, she made a lot of notes about what we discussed. Talk is therapy, but it's also very useful for collecting information and different opinions of people. As I said before, we have Nick, who's therapies, and he does regular sessions with us on diet, medication, and well-being. Following on from that, Dr. Ryan essentially insisted to see its case status, but haven't heard any more. I've been in touch. I've sent emails, but I've had no reply at the moment. So I'm going to get on to that now and see if we can get another visit from this young lady, which is still doing this work. And see how we can sort of get to the communication ongoing. So that people who are struck with a cancer diagnosis and they're shocked about it, they're upset about it, they don't know what other things there are besides the patient and the NHS. We did have a lady who she can't finish the book for the hours. They refused all kinds of being there. And this NHS said, you know, we can't help you if you won't say anything. She actually found some certain wood. And I wouldn't have known that unless I've been in contact with her. She had her operation. I can't say that she's having one at the moment, but she's still used to it. But you know, that's the trouble with that. We can't all be together all of the time, every month, because people are going to hospital for appointments and procedures and therapies and so on. But we do the best we can. But we're never going to be a huge group. We wouldn't have loads and loads of people because we think that's a worry. 1 in 2 of us may get a cancer diagnosis. Sometimes we'll know at the time. So it's for all of us to know about this, isn't it? But I'm trying to get this group better known. We tried Facebook, we've on the cancer. We do fundraisers. We'll be on the wheel fields in Coxall on July the 7th with our big red placebo. Our big red placebo sells all kinds of things, and we do tend to raise nice amounts of money in cancer organisations. We'll bring a bill across November, no, December, for the Christmas do. And we also have some most amounts of money for Cancer Research UK, Children's Cancers, Prostate Cancer, Lung Cancer UK, and for head and neck cancer. And perhaps an interesting thing, because we have someone coming to talk to us this time every 20 minutes about surviving head and neck cancer. And although he's had 15 years of surgery and suffering, and he's got through it, he's 83, he's been going around with his photography, equipment, his pictures, to the local libraries to show him what he does to take the moment back with his tube head, planting something and he's thriving. And, you know, he's a wonderful person. We talk to him once a week. He's coming to Wellbeing on the 21st, and I do hope that perhaps somebody can come and see him. He can still speak perfectly well, but it's a bit tired until that's the end, which he still does. But I mean, you have to invite him now. He didn't give up. Just thank you. Perhaps thank the people of Wellbeing and Boxing because they've been so supportive about them. We do get people from outside of the we have people from Birmingham. Unfortunately, we lost one of those this year. We have people from Second. We have volunteers from places like Shares, who wanted to go, and not all remain for years. When we have our fundraisers in the big places in Birmingham, they sometimes make thanks and things, and when that's a good thing, we make it free for people who make those sort of things. We try to cut down all of the amounts of sugar because we know how bad it is. I've got a food and hygiene certificate, and my sister-in-law who does regular pay, also myself. So we have to do these things. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of branches on the tree of life, and there's a lot of branches as well. In November last year, we attended the Compassionate Communities event at Trinity Methodist Church, we were able to do some PR for our group, and this is the sort of thing we like to do. We're going to Curtin on the 20th of this month, and they're doing some awards. We've been nominated. Cross fingers, we might get one, I don't know. In December, we get together and have our little Christmas buffet. It's going to be a special one this year because a member of ours passed away and she left us some money to have a nice buffet at Christmas. So thank you to Diana. In January this year, we have the blood bikers come and see us. And the next month in February, we had Jean Rogerson from Wolverhampton Nuffield, who came to talk to us about the clinical hypnosis. And she sent me some useful recordings for people to listen to so they can actually have the recording and listen to it and perhaps get some benefit from us. We're going out on an outing this year. We don't know how many will be able to come, but in August, on our meeting day, we're going to go to Wallerton Old Wallen Gardens. It's a lovely place. It's on a level. There's benches every now and again, so you don't have to feel you have to walk all the way around. So I do hope that some of us will be able to go and enjoy this. We're very aware this year that anxiety plays a big part in all of our lives, and all us for those who have a diagnosis. A quiet time working as a hobby or interest can take the mind off this, as Bill Caffrey, who's coming to talk to us on the 21st, would tell you. Here's his photography, and he's bringing his hobby with us for us to see. As I said, we have people from Technical, Curtin, Great Worthy and Stafford. Thank you for listening. We meet every third Friday of the month from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. You'll always get a welcome from us and our members if you care to join us. We have refreshments and they're all free. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well done, Angela. Thank you so much. Ness, would you like to say something?
I would, yes.
Yeah, you've got a microphone.
Right.
Same problem.
I think it's the right hand side now.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a victim of cancer, which I've survived. And I know how it feels to be diagnosed with cancer, which is most people's worst nightmare, because you don't know where you're going to be going with it. But it does help to be able to speak to somebody who's got the same type of cancer as what you have, because the doctors don't always think to tell you everything you need to know, and you can pick up a lot of other people with the same type of cancer. At the moment, I'm being investigated for bladder cancer, which I may or may not have. I don't know yet because the investigations are not complete. But the more I can speak to people who have got the same problem, the more I find it helps me. And that's what our group is about, really. Getting people together with the same type of cancers to talk to each other, and they find it helps. When my mother had cancer in the year 2000, that's when my interest in cancer started, really. She had cancer, breast cancer to start with, and then she had cancer of the throat, which was quite a rare cancer, it seemed, at the time, because we couldn't find anyone who had got cancer of the throat. The only two people I knew in the year 2000 with cancer of the throat was Acker Bill, the musician, and Hurricane Higgins, the snooker player. And neither of them survived. And unfortunately, neither did my mother. But it sparked an interest in cancer, that did. And a few years later, I lost my dad to prostate cancer. My dad's brothers, my uncles, they all passed away from prostate cancer and bowel cancer. So I knew I'd got to be on the lookout for it. And when it did come, I caught it early, and I was successfully treated with radiotherapy. That was in 2012, and I've been all right ever since with the prostate because it's had a regular checkup every 12 months. But unfortunately, recently I've been passing blood through the waterworks, so I'm now being investigated for cancer of the bladder. I may or may not have it, but I don't know until the investigations are complete. But it certainly worries you when you've got it because you don't know how bad it's going to get. And it does help to speak to people who have got the same problems. And that's one of our things that our group aims to do, to get people together to talk about their problems. Not everyone wants to talk about cancer, of course. I've met plenty of people who don't wish to talk about it because it frightens them too much. But if you can talk about it, I find it helps a lot. And the other part of our group is, apart from getting people together to talk about these cancer problems, is to raise money for the cancer services. We are always short of money for research. And we aim to raise as much money as we can and send regular payments off. So far, we've been sending money to about 20 different cancer charities. There's always some somewhere who are desperately short of money. So that's the main focus of our group. And like Angela just said, we got Bill Catton coming to see us next month. And Bill's been through the mill. He's had his jaw removed. He's had his tongue removed. They've both been put back. His jaw's been rebuilt from bone in his back. He's been fighting his cancer for 15 years. And he's the most amazing man.
He's a local man as well.
He lives at Bill does. And I invited him to come to a car show with me at CrossFit a few weeks ago, which he did, to take his mind off the cancer. But he's a strong man. And he's coped with it amazingly well, what he's been through. So that's what we do as a group. We want to raise everyone's awareness of cancer, so if possible, you can catch this cancer early, because that's the best way to catch it, to get it treated. And it does take time, I'm afraid, to get some of these investigations sorted out. But that's the way forward for most people. And well, I think that's all I can say about it, really. It's Jenny's another part of ours.
Yes, thank you. So we'll ask you to have a word. Thank you very much. Do you want to switch your mic on, Liz? Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a member of cancer support group. I was diagnosed with tongue cancer in 2018. It was absolutely mind blowing. It's the last thing you ever expect, particularly tongue cancer, because it's quite rare, and it's usually not being a bit sexist, but it's usually men who smoke and drink. And of course, black women don't fit into that at all. And I've never smoked in my life. I do that now and again, but it was just as my consultant said. No, it's very. I was just stepped along really by the hospital services. My consultant was absolutely magnificent. I think he's probably the best person in this world. He saved my life. He operated on me within less than 6 weeks of my diagnosis. We were half my time, and we built it with a bit from my wrist, with a vein. We plumbed it all, put it into my neck, we moved it to your lymph nodes, and I couldn't talk afterwards. And indeed, couldn't do that for a long time. I had wonderful support from the hospital for speech therapy, dietetics, after I was discharged from hospital. I thought I could deal with it well, because I dealt with everything else in my life so well, but I didn't. And I couldn't have got here where I am now without help from um without help from lots of support group and the mental services at the hospital. Them have been absolutely magnificent. This provided me with counselling service, which was so grateful because the NHS offered it to me and put me on a waiting list for 18 months, which I wouldn't have still been here. But Macmillan took it within a couple of weeks. I still get my support from the hospital. I can eat some things now. I like to talk. I had to try very hard to talk. It's not easy. I concentrate so much. Just talk. It's hard work and I get tired very easily. But the support I've had from Andy and Les and Val from the post support group has been phenomenal. It really has. It helps to have somebody that you know cares about you and will be there. But don't have to be all of them. The hospital are good, but they're a hospital, like I said. Whereas Angela and I will become really good friends. And I just think if anybody feels like I didn't want to go, to the support group, now I could deal with this if fine. But my husband said, I'll drop you off and see how you get on. And that was it, I think I ever since. The welcome was wonderful, it was full of steam, absolutely amazing. And as I say, I would not be where I am today without their help and support. So it's certainly worth it for anybody who needs help and support from somebody who can understand how gutting it is to have a cancer diagnosis. Everybody's different and everybody deals with it differently. I thought I would be able to cope. I've coped with everything else in my life. With no problems. I've been through a lot. And I think I don't feel it. But cancer is not just, it's absolutely horrendous. My operation was 9.5 hours, so it was very long. It took me a very long time to recover. And I have to say that I don't feel as if I fully recovered, and I probably never will. But I'm still here, I'm still alive, grateful for support. So I feel really so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Really appreciate that. What can I say about the group? Because I had cancer at 31. I had a hysterectomy and 2 little children, and the one was only 18 months old. I had no idea I had cancer. So I won't go into the details, but when I was rushed into hospital, told I had cancer, the surgeon Harry Fisher, I was told I had to have a total hysterectomy. I wanted more children, and he said, "Well, let's be practical. Well, you've got 2 children; they need a mum." So I had a total hysterectomy. But after that, I'm afraid I had mental health issues dealing with the problem. So that was a rather difficult time for my husband for a while. And obviously in those days, you didn't have a cancer support group around. And it's been my privilege to be part of this group and a trustee and helping people. And as Angela has described, people come and go for various reasons, but we do try to help. Not everybody in the group has cancer, but they probably will have a friend or a relative with cancer. But the main theme for us is to be there to help. And we raise money, but we are supportive of our members. But it's an extraordinary group, and I think that we wouldn't be where we are now without Angela and Les. Because when I joined in 2018, it was just a very nice little group, and then they took over. The welcome that they give everybody, and the care and the support and love is there, and it is my pleasure to be with them. And I would just say that Nick Wilkes, the therapist, he's extraordinary, the help he gives to everybody. So There we are really. I think that's it. So if there's anybody got any questions now, I hope that we haven't gone on too long, but it's nice to be able to share what we're doing. So Kath and then Chris, go on, Kath.
Thank you. I haven't got a question about it actually, Chair. I would like to say, I'm sure on behalf of everybody sitting here, thank you for coming this evening and sharing your stories. And I wish you all success with your group. I'm sure it will grow as we move forward.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you get all the support well, I wish you all the support that you can get. But thank you, it's nice to see you sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you.
I'm going to excuse people for yourself, I'm saying more. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay. Thank you, Kath.
You will see this evening.
Chris. Thank you, Kath.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your presentation. And very informative. I've just got a quick question. It's great to hear about all you do for cancer sufferers and that long list. It's very comprehensive. I'm glad as a counsellor we have got contacts with despite being console based. So I really want to stay a small group, but sometimes the group becomes large and you can have daughter groups. So you're looking to expand the Torah process. I think you can clearly a group in from up there.
Yeah, I think we're quite happy to welcome people from all over South Staffordshire. It would be nice if we could have some groups started maybe in other areas, you know. As I said, there is one in Stafford, as far as the there's a ladies one in Brood, but we take anybody in, you know, it doesn't matter what's in the dance.
There's also one in Ford Houses for men who've got prostate cancer. Most of these groups are quite small. We haven't seen a group with more than about 15, 16 people attending. It just seems to be the nature of the type of group it is. You get people coming and going because people are often off to hospitals for appointments. Some people unfortunately pass away, and other people come and decide it's not for them. They don't like to talk about the problems. So the nature of the group is quite fluid. It's not like a chess group or anything where the same members be month after month to play chess. Our members are not well, and most of them are extremely elderly as well. So unfortunately, we have quite a high turnover of people coming to our meetings, and that's the nature of it. Cancer is different to any other type of group. So that's the reason why we were never going to get a group particularly big. I've attended both the other groups, the one at 4 Houses, with mainly for men with prostate troubles. I met Mr. Cook there, the consultant from New Cross, and he gave a good talk on his experiences and the way he was training. Mr. Cook went to America to do most of his training, and he gave a good talk on that. And the ladies that do, they've all got breast cancer actually. So I had a chat with them and exchange of views about how to run the group, etc. And it's all very healthy, wasn't it?
Well, it was, yes. It was quite a formal group, I thought, really, a breast cancer group. Maybe I only went once, so I can't really say too much about it. But we tried to be as friendly as we can with people, and you find that people want to talk to you about it. And of course, that information is confidential. We've only mentioned 1 or 2 things today because Jenny was quite happy to talk to you. And of course, that's what's true.
Yeah, some people will talk about these cancers and some won't. So you don't want to upset anybody by talking to them about their problems if they don't want to.
We found that when they do a fundraiser and people join in, they get a lot from that and it takes their minds off things. Same with doing workshops, and do workshops, art making, something like that. And that works as well with it. So yes.
Thank you very much.
We'll just add one thing, we'll be on the green field in about 10 days' time.
Yes.
We've got vacancy, we fully enjoy the day.
Yeah.
We talk to people that come round and try to encourage them to come and join our group, and we hand out cards to them, and
But that's something for you if you want to take. No.
We've got a Tom Bowles, the children enjoy.
Yes.
We have to get to the cake competition, everybody enjoys. And we fully enjoy the day, it's nice meeting so many people. And what struck us as well was that just quite a few people into this event on the real field who don't live local. We've met people from Starfield, the Shipnell, in Featherstone, places like that.
They're the man from Germany, you have Bruce in.
Yes, we had one visitor from Germany.
Yes.
Who just happened to be in the area at the time.
Thanks very much, both. I really, really appreciate you coming on and talking to everybody. And it's been a bit of an eye-opener for you. Dr. Paul Harrison, would you like to have a word? Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Chair. I mean, I just wanted to express my appreciation for the work that you're doing, and perhaps just put a few figures to colour what you were saying. So, nationally, you've got about 40% lifetime risk of getting cancer. About 40% of us will get cancer of one sort or another. We're getting better at treating cancer, thankfully, as you will be aware. But still need to insult many people, of course, but it does mean probably around 50% of people of that 40% are long-term survivors. And that rate is, of course, going up. And the consequence of that is that there are more long-term survivors who have issues relating to their treatment and their experiencing, which is why it's so important to have groups that do yourself. And that number is going to continue to rise. And so it's going to be even more important going forward for people like yourself to really need to help in this way. So thank you.
Much appreciated, Paul. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Right, everyone. I think there's no more questions, and I'm sure you will join me in thanking the Wellbeing Cancer Support Group for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you. We've got the rest of the meeting. You're welcome to say if you wish.
Yes,
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to item 5. Okay, open spaces improved by smart Moore Community Services Manager. Thank you, Councillor Mark. Over to you.
Thank you, Chairman. On tune, my presentation has disappeared from every screen in the chamber. It's been up the entire time.
You have to add Lily.
Balanced. Bear in 2 seconds, I'll try and re-establish the connection. It probably realised that was going to be a pretty tough act to follow, to be honest with you. Which is very good, it's strong stage. Jamie Nelson, is the technology working? You happy for me to verbally cover the
Absolutely, Caroline Mark.
slides? I think Mark's going to check. I'm not sure if there's any digital services still there. Building, unfortunately, so I do apologise. These things are much better visually than they are verbally. So the aim of the presentation tonight, members, is to update you on 2 projects that we've got running across the district that are linked to the wellbeing of residents. They're 2 projects that are funded through the UK Shared Prosperity Fund. One relates to the improvement of space across the district, and the other links to the health and the community offer that we have. So the UK Shared Prosperity Fund, for anybody who's not aware, I'll refer to it as UK SCF from here on in, if that's okay. It's a bit of a tongue twister. It's a central pillar of the government's level agenda, and a significant component of it is support for places across the entire country. The fund provides £2.6 billion of local investment that all needs to be delivered and spent by March 2025, with all areas of the UK receiving an allocation from the fund, which is derived from a formula. So rather than it being a competitive process that individual areas bid into, there's a fund that decides essentially how much of that fund is then divvied up across the country. So, in respect to the project I'm responsible for, we've got two projects that we're looking at. The first project is around improvement of our open spaces. So, as you'll all be aware, the council owns, operates and maintains a number of open spaces across the district. Each of our open spaces is very different in terms of makeup, but the thing that they do all have in common is that they serve local residents, and are particularly linked to the council priority of providing a quality of life that we can all be proud of. Current funding that the council has as part of the overall council budget allows for the general maintenance of those sites. But what it doesn't allow for is for the improvements of those sites. That's where we need that additional resource to help into. So I have an approach to open spaces, and this is one of these slides which is much better visually than me sort of thought through it. But if you can imagine in your heads, we've got three columns. The first column is around our scheduled maintenance. So our street scene team across the district carry out the regular scheduled maintenance of our council-owned open spaces. This generally looks like the grass cutting, which takes place from March to October, the sidelight pruning, the annual pruning, and it's that sort of ground maintenance type of work which is carried out across the open spaces. This year, we've also had the addition of an extra crew.
Oh, just to add, I appreciate no one's around from ICT, so I can't get it up on the screens. However, members, if you do click on the Teams link, if you've got that, I've added the slides on there, so you should be able to view them if you've got your laptop open.
So this year also had the initial crew come on board. So that's a 2-year project, which is to deliver environmental maintenance enhancements above and beyond the established schedule. So it's still work which focuses around the soft improvements, if you like, of open spaces, such as the maintenance of paths, further cutting back of vegetation, repairing fences, replacing shrubs, general tidying up of areas, including such things as dealing with some of the sources which are responsibilities. Where the UK SPF funding helps us go a step further than that, it's delivering the improvements to open spaces that we're not able to deliver as part of either our established schedule or through the additional room in the 2-year project. So this includes some of the more hard elements of those improvements, so the replacement of aging infrastructure or installation of new infrastructure to help improve accessibility, safety and enjoyment of those open spaces. So the project fits within the UK SPF outcomes and outputs that are being determined by the Department for Levelling Up Housing Communities, and it's specifically linked to their priorities of communities of place and the creation and improvement to local green spaces. So the outputs that we're trying to achieve through the projects is through the amount of rehabilitated land that we improve through the project. But the amount of public ground that we going to create, which is new and improved, and new and improved cycleways and paths. The outcomes that we're trying to achieve from those outputs are increasing footfalls and what the numbers of people that are using our open spaces and enjoying them and getting wellbeing benefits from our open spaces to increase. We want more people to use our established network of paths, and we want to improve both the perceived and the experienced accessibility of our open spaces, the benefits of prison. So the areas that we're looking at covering as part of this project is right across the district. So starting at Brockley Walking in Kimber, where we will be improving the interpretation boards, so the interpretation boards and signage down in the variety of open spaces, informing visitors about the area. Some of you may be aware that there's a new bridge being installed at the moment on the site. With the UKSPF money, we'll be creating a new path to link the new bridge up to the existing network. And we are also carrying out a host of improvements to the existing paths again to make them more accessible for people. Still something out in Womber walk again, we're improving interpretation boards. That's a key theme. We're doing that with the funding across a lot of the sites. We're also taking the opportunity to improve the fencing in the area. And certainly my there's a wood copy structure on the wall which became damaged a while ago. And we have commissioned an artist to replace that wood copy with the same artist who completing the wooden carving for council of Lake Council which is still. Another bridge is in need of replacement. This one which was damaged by the floods towards the end of last year, and this fund is contributing towards the bridge, the associated work that's required to replace that on site. Moving to Purton, quite a big piece of work planned for Purton, which is the replacement of the boardwalk. So the boardwalk now has got to an age where we've carried out repair upon repair. There's very little of the boardwalk left for us to nail back together. So we're taking this opportunity through the funding to replace the boardwalk. That will have quite substantial benefits in respect to the accessibility at the area, because some of the boardwalk can become quite slippery in the winter. So we'll be looking at replacing that later on this year, along with a whole host of footpath improvements around that Burns area to again improve accessibility and use of the waiver space. We're also improving existing footpaths in Jubilee Wood in Philbrook. The Barnfield sandbeds improved to sort of continue a similar theme of improving interpretation boards and fencing. Moving to Meadowbank Grange in Cheston Hay, we've installed, this happened now on site, we've installed the lighting columns at that open space. So it was very dark. Feedback from residents was that it was an area that people didn't want to use during the darker months. So we've installed the lighting columns there for again to open up the accessibility, improving footpaths, and the entrance and gates and fencing will be improved to give that area of open space much more welcoming aesthetic. We're improving interpretation boards and footpaths at Swampy Cambridge. We're also doing the same at the open space at Landywood in Brentford. In the slide deck, you will see some images, examples of work which has very recently carried out work at Rockets Walk. So you can see a couple of photos in there where footpaths start and sort of long gone really been really stating the work in progress photos there to the creation of those paths. And you'll also see before and after pictures of where existing paths, which really are sort of degrade to a level where they're sort of design lines really through the open space have been improved to become a proper path, again, much more accessible than what it was. Shall I pause there for any questions, particularly on the open space project, before I move into the detail project?
Any questions? Councillor Perry, okay, first, and Councillor Evans, then Councillor Ashley. So Councillor Perry first.
That's where the green space is in Great Wellbeing, please.
The open space is the Landywood open space in Great Wellbeing. So the area between Landywood Lane and I'm trying to think of the other road. You know what I mean? If I bring it up on a Google map at the end and show you that, yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah. Railway station is it? You talking about? Is it by there?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's not far from there. It's the area of open space where there's
I know, people know where you are. It's something like that. Isn't it? Going down the different lane into Chessing Hill. I was on the speech.
okay, yeah, apologies.
Yes, well,
Right.
that side of the road is Great Wellbeing, it's Chessing Hill. The other side of the road is Great Wellbeing, that's the way I'm thinking it is. The Brooklands one there.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're only doing that area there, you're not considering doing anything. I know that's the old space there. You're not considering any work on the block in Road, stand up, the blue and the valley. You know,
I'd have to see it on the map to be honest.
which takes you down to where you mentioned, which takes you to the walks by the back range, the book that runs kind of.
Yeah, we've got Meadowbank Range.
All of that right the way back. You're not considering any work down there.
There's nothing on the list currently, but
By the two schools, not all school and the high school, the walkways. We do have the parcel along there, this councils, we do the trees on that side. So I'm just wondering if that needs, can I add it to the,
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I can't envisage the area without sort of seeing a map. It'd be helpful if
I'll speak to you like.
I was going to outside the reason, but yes, we have got the opportunity. Yeah, sure. But yeah, in answer to your question, though, the areas that are included in Project Scope at the moment are the ones that are just sort of ran through.
Well, yes, you say there's a lot in south, and obviously we need something there in the north as well. And is there no consideration on this particular one, this is our space, about the canal? From Southampton as well.
Yeah. So there is a separate project that through the UKSPF funded for that. That isn't one of the ones that I'm looking after. So Ryan Taylor's the officer who's looking after that particular project. There is a specific project for that, which they've just recently commissioned consultants to do a piece of work on.
Yeah.
That's my, you're just and we get together on those things that we on the.
Thank you, councillor Perry. Councillor Evans, next please.
Thank you. Thanks for that presentation. It's not a question, it's just to reinforce the point about the walking in knowing the project that we've identified that needs to about the walks. And when we think around with the streets and so that's very glad to hear that we've got funding for that. We're glad to hear that will be done in the country. So thank you.
Thank you, councillor Evans. Councillor Ashley.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Basically, I have a simple proof. How many of our grass cut? At the moment, it seems that large areas of grass between paths and road, and even other areas in the village I represent, which is Nottingham, the grass has not been, I think perhaps once early this year, but not since then. So we haven't got grass, we've got safari grass. Now I do understand the principle of leaving some areas of grass as wildflower areas, which is fine. But at least there could be a margin of 2 to 3 feet cut around the edges of these areas, so at least people can see that they're living in a place that's not abandoned. But not only that, what makes the situation worse is where you have housing estates, the housing plus have responsibilities for cutting certain areas of open space. They cut theirs, ours are next door, and it looks as though, to a certain extent, certain areas have been abandoned. Now, quite honestly, Madam Chair, I think there needs to be a common sense approach to this situation. I go along with wildflower areas, they're good, but we need to be sensible how they're managed and how they're cut, because at the minute, can't speak for other villages, they could speak for themselves. My place is terrible, and something needs to be done. Now then, can perhaps, at least in edges, where the areas of grass have been just simply let to go up, can they be cut back at least 2 foot, 3 foot in, to make them look tidy and presentable? What we're asking.
Thank you, councillor Ashley. Mark, would you like to respond to that? Thank you.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's without knowing the specific areas within that we're talking about, that we've got that approach in terms of wildflower meadows. Difficult to comment, but what I will do is find out which areas they are. We can and should pitch frame those areas for exactly the reasons that you're talking about, so that it's clear that they haven't been abandoned. In terms of the grass cutting, we have undertaken several grass cuts this year. I can give you absolute assurance on that. The weather we've experienced at the moment means that the level of growth is exponential. So we are putting in accordance with the schedule, and in fact we did an extra cut at the start of the season where the 2 cuts completed in March. So we are actively out cutting across the district as we should. But what I will do, if it's okay with yourself, is check on those specific areas within Pointerton, and then come back to you directly around the areas that are wildflower without.
Mark, can I ask you a question? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to say, both the county council and that district council put grass. And quite frankly, in certain areas, it's very difficult to know who's responsible for what. This needs to be sorted out one way or another between the two councils. I hope, suggested it at the county council, that South Staffordshire take on all of the grass cutting within South Staffordshire. I don't know whether that's feasible or whether it's on or whatever. But this thing of cutting grass, trimming edges and things like that is a problem because public don't know who is responsible and anything be done about it.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. Again, I think in short, yes. I think it would require the adequate resources and budget for us to be able to do that. Again, there's a people element attached to that. So the money coming across, we need to get additional people in. They need to know what the contract employment was and how long that would last. Again, just for some context on that, if members aren't aware, we're currently receiving allocation of funding from the county council to carry out 6 cuts of the highway verge per annum. Again, it's some additional contacts. South Staffordshire Council funds an additional 3 cuts. So every year as a minimum within South Staffordshire, there is 9 cuts. And I think for the last 4 or 5 years, we've carried out an average of 10 or 11 with additional funding received from the county council. So in essence, whatever level of funding we receive, we will respond and act to that. But again, it's just to give some context that we're already putting additional resource into that. And again, as members may be aware, some of our neighbouring authorities in Staffordshire get paid to do 6 cuts, and they did deliver 6 cuts. Unfortunately, we can't control the weather, and Mark and the team will know as I'm about and driving around the district, I am constantly on saying it doesn't look great, and we take Councillor Ashley's points on board. However, it's difficult to criticise the team when we know all the vehicles are tracked. The guys have been out, and we're probably on the 6th cut now across the district. So unfortunately, the weather hasn't been on our side so far this year, but the guys have been out. We've not had sickness, we've not had issues, and we've carried out 5 or 6 highway verge cuts. Again, open spaces, we cut more frequently, and they're done every 2 weeks. But we do take the feedback on board. Unfortunately, we don't have the jurisdiction over Housing Plus regarding what they do with their estate. However, we have had conversations with them on that, and we are trying to work with them to get some synergies, but fully appreciate from the public's point of view and Councillor Williams's point, they don't care who does it as long as it gets done and it gets to a good standard. Again, it's been a long-term issue or wicked issue, and it's one we've not managed to crack at the moment. But again, it's something we're open to look at, and we're continually having conversations with county council and Housing Plus colleagues on that.
At the moment, I do have one sort of problem on the A46 thing coming out of Featherstone up to the sign of Shares Hill, where the grass has been cut. But from there on, the grass is still very, very long. So I don't know how that can be, but that's how it is. And as I say, it's a concern because they don't have who to turn to sometimes.
Councillor Nelson, please.
Just a couple of questions I'd like to ask, please. One, we've got the open space improvements. We've got an area in Wiggnaston called Motty Meadows. No, we've gone Country Club just recently, if anybody saw it from me, which is an SSSI. Is there any intention of doing any work to that at all in that district? And the other thing about the grass cutting as well, we've had some really near accidents where the grass hasn't been cut from coming out to Wiggnaston to go toward Bishop's Wood. straight along the length of the A5 where traffic's doing 60 miles an hour there. In fact, somebody's actually got that little bit, they've actually gone out and cut it themselves. Because even I can't see everybody's on a motorcycle. It was getting absolutely ridiculous. So somebody's gone out and cut it just to stop accidents actually happening there. It's a really bad sight, and especially the speed on there. So it's anything going to be low. I don't know if it's a no-mo or something like that, but it just gets really going really quick, and it's going to cause an accident one of them. Thank you.
On that point, Councillor Nelson, if there is any issues, if you send it through to us, we can obviously liaise with colleagues, the county council on that. I think, again, not knowing the area directly, I think it's probably going to be a highways issue as it's on the main road. But again, if it's a health and safety issue, the team will be normally really responsive to come out and resolve that. I think it's flagging that with them. So if you can let us know, we can obviously help and pass that message on.
I know they are responsible for the A5 along where I live. It's Highways England now. It used to be, is it Highways England, so whatever it's called now?
Yeah, it's the islands, Councillor Perry, which are Highways England regarding that section of the A5. The actual route, I'm pretty sure, is county. It's the islands at either end of the I-54, which fall under Highways England. Yeah.
All part of the confusion.
Mark, back to you.
There isn't any plans at the moment through that project where there are specific aspirations from those around areas that's useful for those to screen to us. So if you wanted to email us with any specific sort of aspirations for that area, for work that may be completed, you know, we can look at where and how that could potentially be resourced and picked up, whether it's through this particular scheme or
So that's something that actually could be addressed in the future. So when you actually put something in, you want to be specific on what's needed there in order to address it.
yeah, essentially that's really helpful as a starting point. Again, I'm not familiar with the particular area that you're talking about, but assuming it is district council responsibility to maintain the area, then if there are needs and requirements there, then the first step is establishing what those are, what they look like, and then second element would be how we ought to resource them and when. So if there's any specific that you can send through to me, I can get our team to look from a responsibilities perspective firstly to see that if it is our responsibility or not. If it is, then we can move on to the next stage in terms of availability by resource to address any issues that might be apparent. Thank you, Chair. So the second part of the presentation is around health in the community. So, as most people will be aware, South Staffordshire has got an increasingly aged demographic that, alongside getting older, is also becoming less active, and that's according to the most recent Sport England Active Lifestyles survey. We've got an existing health in the community programme that involves the provision of gentle exercise classes and wellbeing walks. The gentle exercise class programme and the wellbeing walks are delivered from community settings that are designed to meet the needs of our older residents who would otherwise struggle to access provision from one of the councils or leisure centres. So typically these are happening in parish council rooms, community halls, or the walks and going from specific places, Bagridge Park being an example. We also run a Forward to Health scheme which is designed specific to meet the people who may have medical conditions or the contraindicators to exercise. The aim will be increasing activity and improving health. For the Forward to Health scheme, people can self-refer onto that scheme, or they can be referred through their GP or social prescriber and such. That scheme includes a 12-week programme that consists of 3 one-to-one assessments with a suitably qualified exercise instructor. It includes inclusive use of the gym facilities, one of our leisure centres, exercise classes and swimming as well. The scheme also provides nutritional advice and a personal tailored exercise programme around what the need for referral was originally. The people on the scheme also get regular reviews to monitor their progress, keep engaged in the programme and see how they go. So how that fits with the UK SPF outputs and outcomes, or the outputs is we support the number of local events or activities in this particular instance. The outcome that we're looking for is around improved engagement numbers, so more people accessing these schemes than before the funding. So in terms of the project areas, we've supported additional health and community activities. So we have commissioned the 2 ladies who deliver our group exercise class programme in communities. We've commissioned them to deliver 21 new healthy lifestyle and health check sessions. These will be delivered into community settings, primarily utilising existing groups, which will build community institutes, for example. So they'll go into Wellbeing Institute meeting and part on that agenda where we deliver those health checks and healthy lifestyles advice. We've got a special focus on locality 3 as part of this work, because that's where the data and intelligence tells us some of our greatest health inequalities are. So the funding is used to commission the delivery of those sessions, but also to purchase the equipment that supports those sessions, such as the blood pressure monitors, resistance bands, and different equipment that will help them do the session. So a recent example, we attended an event in Featherstone on Sunday the 12th of May. Completed 24 health checks and gave healthy lifestyle advice. From those 24 health checks, 6 people were advised to see their GP or practice nurse due to high blood pressure. They didn't know they've got issues with high blood pressure. So 25% of people that had a health check had unmonitored high blood pressure, that without some intervention and something else into their health practitioners. Obviously, there's got longer term issues. We're also starting a new total body walks class, which is a Nordic walking type activity. It's a unique mix of walking drill, strength and balance exercises that can be completed with all day walking poles. So the funding is helped to upskill one of the instructors to be able to deliver these sessions, and they've got a grand title of Walks Master. And those sessions start on the 13th of June and will run weekly then until the end of March. Those sessions are completely free to attend. The equipment is provided, and because places are limited, we have a pre-booked system in place. And for the first session this week, it is completely booked out, which is great because it shows that the marketing and promotion around that has been successful. That's the end of the presentation. Is there any further questions from us?
Thank you very much, Mark. Are there any questions for No? Thank you very much. A very comprehensive report and a lot of work going into it. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I'm moving now on to item 6, which is health in the community. Mark. So over to you again. Is it-
Thanks.
You've
Presentation.
covered both.
Chair.
Yeah, you've covered both. That's fine. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm now going to move on to item 7. It's the work plan from Mark Jenkinson. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Chairman. Hello, members. Again, the 2 meetings came around quite quickly because we pushed the last one back, and this one has come around. So thank you for Mark for giving an update on the UKS PF programs and obviously the Coastal Cancer Support Group. For our next session again, I need to touch base with Councillor Harrison and Baz from Health Watch, see how things have progressed with cross-border health, and we can come back and give an update on that programme. Again, there's a number of obviously work areas going on across communities which impact on health. So I think there's an opportunity there to come back and update on the health inequalities funding, the type of projects that have been funded, where that funding will go to across the districts, and when those projects will be up and running. So I'll come back and update on that. And again, obviously, members, if there's any local issues that impact on health and wellbeing in your communities, if you either let myself know or via Councillor Chapman as chair, we can obviously make sure those are picked up and relevant agencies are invited to the next meeting to discuss any issues there is from members locally. So that's all from myself, Madam Chairman.
Good evening. It's been an interesting meeting. And so, Jeremy, take care. Bye.